All right, I got that alarm sorted out. That was a scary piece of work. And now we are back out on the porch, and I'm looking at this OSB that's been painted here. They put this up because it's cheap. They painted it, but this is not exterior material. And you might say, well, Jay, it's on a porch. Yes, it's covered. However, this is still exposed and really should be some kind of material other than this OSB. Or at the very least, they should do something to cover this so that you don't have the look of that OSB, if nothing else. The trim is missing from one of the little openings here in the porch too. As you can see, this piece of trim is missing, and a lot of caulk work still needs to be done. They did not properly get the corners taken care of. The wall work on the outside here, where we've got some kind of sheetrock or something, is unfinished. It's unfinished, not sanded, not anything. They just put their plaster on there and then they painted it. And so this is one of those renovations, quote, where they're only interested in whipping it out literally as fast as humanly possible. So please keep that in mind as we walk through here. I'm glad that there's an alarm in this. The neighborhood, I think, merits having an alarm. Okay, so the HVAC is actually completely missing. We don't have the air handler or the furnace here in the closet where we should have one. So I was right, the HVAC is going to have to be redone. You're going to have to do that. Now, let's walk around a little bit. I'm feeling some soft floor right here. That might be because of this way they have this transition, and it could be that it's just bubbling up because of expansion. And if you don't leave an expansion joint, unfortunately with some of this flooring, when it starts warming up or cooling off for that matter, you might find that the change in temperature or humidity causes the floor to stop laying correctly. I still got a lot of painter's tape around the ceiling fan. Makes me wonder what's on top of those blades. In this little, well, I don't know what you would call it, but this is some little add-on to the living room here. The living room being this first open space as you walk in from the front door. Going the other way, there is another large room. I guess this would be considered the dining room. They've got a nice flush mount oval-shaped light up here. And this dining room space is big enough for a good-sized table. Just understand that you've got doorways each direction, so when you place your table, you're going to have to do that in such a way that it does not interfere with people's ability to move around the house. I wonder if we can get lights on. We can. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to head into bedroom number 1 here. Well, there's a light, but okay, here's the switch. Good. So we're using the same flooring, it's LVP, that we have seen in the living room and in the den, etc. The walls here painted a dark gray with a white ceiling. The paint work is not complete. They did leave the paint with just a single coat when really they needed another. And once again, this is just one of those speedy renos, so that's not too much of a surprise. The closet looks like it's painted even darker than the rest. It's almost black in there. You've got this accordion door for the closet, which is really the cheapest door that you can possibly buy for a closet. This is a vinyl accordion door. It does not have a track on the bottom, only on the top. It's really hard to open and close. You kind of have to do it up here. When you use this piece of the front of the door as your handle, then it doesn't work too bad. You can move that door okay. But if you try to use the handle that's actually attached down here, it does not really work very well. Anyway, there's no bar in the closet, but there is a shelf. It's hard to see, I know, because there's a lack of light, but also because it's painted pretty much black inside there. The windows, we've already talked about being single pane aluminum windows. And they do have some of the cheap vinyl blinds up here to cover those, so there's at least some window coverings in the bedroom. Let's head on out and look in bathroom number 1. So bathroom number one, first off, as I'm walking up to bathroom number one, I've got some serious slope on the floor going down here into this corner. Yeah, I'm not too happy about that. Why that's that way, I can't tell you for sure, of course, because there's not a way really to know. There is a tiny little shelving area, you know, like a linen closet, but there's no door on it, so it's not really a closet. It's almost just some linen shelves that are in here. Walls are painted, but the finish on the walls is just really bad. Not smooth, not clean, not anything. There's no mirror. The only light is from the light fan. At least there's a fan in here. But the texture on these walls is so thick and knobbly that, really, the walls should have been cleaned out, taken out, the sheetrock pulled, and new sheetrock put up so that these aren't so bad. Because this is just like an inch thick of mortar or mud on these walls. You know, I can't even call that texture. It's more than texture. That's like a macro texture. The shower has a new pan with some plastic panels going around it. The valve and the shower head are new chrome. Low price, low cost, shower pan, low cost. We're looking at a really low cost here. This wall color, this gray, makes it definitely feel very cave-like in here. And of course, as you can see, we've got a lot of overpaint. The ceiling is unfinished and then painted, just like the walls are. This is what happens here is, you know, you're doing your wall work and you put this mud texture material on the seam, on the joint between two pieces of sheetrock, and then you smooth it out. And then after it dries, you sand it down and you put a texture down. Well, they're not sanding it, they're just kind of slopping that stuff up there, and then they're just letting it dry and painting over it with no attention to that afterwards. That's also what we've got a lot of here on these walls, why they look the way they do, which is bad. The work here that's been done really reduces the value of this house. This kind of wall work makes it feel uninviting. It does not feel like it's properly renovated or properly fixed. And if you're going to buy this as a rental, your tenants are going to see it and they're going to think the same thing. It looks dirty. These walls look dirty. They don't just look gray, but they look dirty. They look unfinished. It does not look like, it looks like, you know, they were really terrible walls and they just painted over them to try to put some color on. The sink and the vanity is the same. You can see how dirty the sink is, and probably these walls were similar and they just in nature and they just painted right over the top of all of that, which is too bad. Because the floor plan here seems like it's pretty decent, but the texture on these walls is just too much. It's just killing me. I have to tell you, it really is killing me. All right, so let's see. We looked in, I think it was this bedroom. Was it this one? Nope. All right, well, we're going to go over here and look in this bedroom because I know there's two more bedrooms here. So I thought, oh yeah, we did look in this one. This is the one with the accordion door. All right, so let's go across the hall here and look in the next bedroom. So in this corner bedroom, this has got to be the master for the size of it. Same ceiling fan that we've seen in the rest of the rooms. Decent height to the ceiling. 2 windows to let in some light. The vinyl blinds, at least you've got something to cover those windows up with. And we've got the same small little accordion door. And at least this closet has a bar though. So this closet is, I'd say, 6.5 or 7 feet from end to end and maybe 30 inches deep. So it's a nice size closet. But it has things that are in need of help here. We definitely have holes in the wall where the bar goes in. They attached it to a 2x4 that's just been basically partially nailed or bolted to the walls in some fashion. Then you've got all this bent metal. I know it's hard to see. Let me see if I can shine a light on this for you. Hold on a second here. Let's see if we can do that. There we go. So here's what we've got. We've got this bent piece of metal. That is what it is that the bar is sitting in right now. And that bent piece of metal is attached to the bottom of this piece of a 2x4 that has been bolted or nailed in some fashion onto the wall there. This is the exterior wall. I can tell that because we're looking at blocks. And here we can see some of that cracking that we saw outside happening on the inside here too. So some of the stair step cracking is happening and is not properly sealed up on the inside. And once again, because this is exposed crack, it has not been sealed up, that makes me nervous. It makes me wonder what we've got going on. These shelves, well, as you can see here, you're going to want to clean that guy off before you put any of your clothes up there, or else you'll be washing them a couple of times. Okay, but the room is a decent size at maybe 18 feet by 18 feet, big enough for a king-size bed, not a perfect size for a king-size bed, but you could squeeze one in here and still be okay with that if that's what you wanted to do. All right, so we're going to move into the next part of this house, and I'm getting kind of lost. We saw the restroom. We saw both bedrooms here at the end of the hall. We saw this, what would be the dining room. Okay, so here we are. Now we're moving into the kitchen area, and where the alarm was that I had to turn off, which was scary business. So they put some kind of a panel on the wall here. They just cut this panel and they nailed it up. It feels like a piece of painted wood is what it feels like. I'm not even sure, is that supposed to be a backsplash? I guess it is. They used some sheetrock screws to hold it in some places here. Yeah, and this is just a paperboard panel. It's just paper. So this is something that would be used for a shelf in a big cabinet. The fact that they've got this up here like this, just what you need to remember is that paper, if it gets wet, it's going to absorb that water, it's going to expand, and it's going to get moldy. So you're definitely going to have some possible issues here. These are the original cabinets. Not all of the pulls and handles have been reinstalled. There are some, but not all. The painting on these is not finished. They just kind of sprayed these guys, got a single coat on there to get some color. I'm sure that looks better in the pictures than it actually looks in real life, but these definitely don't look like they've been painted more than a single coat. I can see color underneath. There's also some shading difference between where the gloss of the paint is on a little heavier, so even their paint mix isn't good. The hinges have been painted over. As you can see, all the hinges have been painted over. There is new handles, but these are the original cabinets, and you get some bonus foam plates if you decide that you like this house. So these are the original cabinets, definitely the original cabinets. The original countertops, no. This looks like granite, but really what this is one of the new Formica countertop kits that has the granite look to it. The granite look countertops these days are really, really nice. So I appreciate at least that it looks like a granite piece, even though it's not really a granite piece. Double basin sink, stainless, with the faucet basically on backwards. It's on backwards because the handle would be too close to the wall otherwise, as you can see here. And the soap dispenser, I don't see a dishwasher. What I see is an old refrigerator and a coil type hot point range. No microwave, no range hood. There should be a range hood here, and there isn't. So, you could probably tuck in a microwave range hood in that little spot if you could get some power there. The walls are fitted in the same way as the rest. In other words, the texture work has never actually been done. They just put the texture on. They never sanded it to try to clean it up. They never did anything to try to make it look nice. They just painted right over the top of their texture work. This fridge has been painted as well. They repainted the rusty side of the fridge white. I can tell that it's rusty because of what I see up here and in some other places, that they didn't quite get the paint enough to cover all of the rust. So, you might want to replace that fridge. Let's take a look at what we've got back here now. We're stepping into bathroom number 2. I guess this would be the hall bath or the guest bath, whatever you'd like to call it. 3-light vanity here, industrial style, with a little medicine cabinet. The light is not properly mounted to the wall, sagging down, and you don't want to have those wires exposed in a wet room. The tile work is okay. I like the tiles. I like the size and the layout of the tiles. It seems like they did a pretty decent job on that. What I don't like, however, is that we're missing a faucet, and they tried to trim this tub with this stick down vinyl trim, which does not stick. Also, they put a piece of a 2x4 back here at the end of the tub and painted that white for some reason. I'm not sure why, but that's what they did. There is a window in the shower area. The window is in a terrible spot because it's right exactly where a bar or a door should go. So it's allowing people to see in, and at the same time preventing you from putting up any kind of water protection to save your floors and your subfloor from water pouring out. This is not level. This surface dives down at an angle, higher on this side, lower on this side. As you can see, the cutout is really rough. They didn't try to clean these up very much when they put them in all the way to the top. It's pretty rough. We've got the same super thick, crazy thick texture on the walls. And, this is the kind of thing that people will do sometimes to hide problems. But, you can only hide so much before it looks just horrible. This just really, in my opinion, looks really terrible everywhere. Now, as a rental, once again, you might be able to get away with it. Some people won't care, but you're definitely not going to get the rents that you should with it in this condition. Also, not all of the wall work is complete. As you can see, if you look right here, let me see if I can zoom this without shutting it off. You can see the tape used, the joint tape used to cover the joint between the sheets of material, and that tape should not be exposed to the moisture. Also, you've got a big opening here that would allow moisture in. It's all cracked up there. This is not a very good patch. They use that material to kind of patch behind the vanity, and as you can see, the work there is far from complete, at least in my opinion. The vanity itself is a Home Depot special 2-door vanity with the built-in sink top. This is about a $250 vanity. Comes with the faucet. So if you're ever at Home Depot and you need a vanity, this is a really nice option. That's a low-cost way of getting, a vanity into a bathroom for you. Now we're looking still at the same vinyl plank flooring as in the rest of the house. I think they use that everywhere. That's okay. I like vinyl flooring. It's just the problem is, once again, that we've got other issues, and this vinyl flooring is not the kind that is actually waterproof. You're going to find problems because you're going to have cracking at the seams like what you have here. And once water starts getting out of that shower, and it's going to, because, what are you going to do? You have a shower that you can't put a curtain on, at least not easily, or you have to put it out past the shower itself. And that curtain is not going to allow the water to actually stay in the tub, at least not like it's supposed to. So this also is trimmed with quarter round along the tub basin there. That should not be quarter round. It should be some kind of a waterproof cove base instead. So this tub also, let me just hit you with this. This tub has been painted. This is not the original look of the tub. How do I know? Well, a couple of ways. First, take a look here at what we've got at the drain. you can actually see that it does not have the same texture or color as the tub around it. That's because of the rust that was there that was painted. And we've got several places here and here that the paint did not quite cover the tub. Also, if you can look